What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's edition of the BATTLIN BUCS Report. I'm Mason Sapesky, your host. Today we are going to cover the Pirates' most recent two series against the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves. We will then discuss the MLB as a whole, what's going on around the league and everything. We'll look at the standings, and then we'll preview next week's Pirates games against the Detroit Tigers and Toronto Blue Jays. So, without further ado, let's get right into it here, Sally. But first, we're going to take a little moment to look at this picture of me from a game at Penn State way back when. It's just, this is my dad's desk, and my dad's phone was charging right here. And we get early moments together. So take a look here. I'm going to spin you guys around. I'm going to take a look at this picture real quick, little me. You guys can see, I could maybe get in a teeny tiny bit closer. There you go. You see little me? That was the Penn State-Michigan game in 2015. Michigan did win the game. That was actually the first time I've seen Jim Harbaugh ever coach. And this fall will be the third time I see Jim Harbaugh coach, as I hopefully, fingers crossed, plan on being in attendance at the Steelers-Chargers home opener. So that's that ordeal. There's a lot of interesting games right now. Sports are interesting. Penn State actually lost that game by a final score of 28-16. That was the Michigan team that, had that terrible play against Michigan State when the punter fumbled it and that stupid event happened. You all know what I'm talking about. On Saturday, November 21st, 2015. Times were interesting then. My first Penn State game was in 2014. They won, and who cares about the rest? I don't go to Penn State. But anyway, though, the reason I brought this up, and I was thinking, because this picture just popped up in the past 2 minutes, so I only had 2 minutes to think right on the spot about how to tie that picture in to what I'm going to talk about today. And it's pretty easy. You want to hear something funny? That photo, as you all know, says early moments together. That photo at Beaver Stadium on November 21st, 2015 was taken more recently than the last Pirates playoff game. And now, here we go. I thought the photo disappeared for a minute, but it didn't. But anyway, that photo was taken more recently than the Pirates' last playoff game. Think about that. It's almost been 9 years. The last Pirates playoff win was in 2013 against the St. Louis Cardinals, Game 3 in Pittsburgh. It's been a long time coming. The Pirates haven't made the playoffs, like I just said, since that picture was taken. That picture, as young as I look, and as much as I've grown, was taken more recently than the Pirates' last playoff game. And unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to change this year. Not after what I saw in the San Francisco series. This is a team that will go low against not-so-good teams, such as the Athletics and the Angels, and go high against better teams, such as the Braves. That's this series, this homestand. We're going to start off, though, with Tuesday night. Giants and Pirates. This was the best game of the homestand for the Pirates, for sure. We were down late 6-2. Camilo Duvall comes in. The Giants make a ton of mistakes. The shortstop bobbles the ball and we get lucky. It becomes a 6-5 game. I think a runner on first and a runner on second. Cruz hits it to the quarter, right field quarter. Runner on second scores. The game's tied 6-6. We hold them in the 10th. Nick Gonzalez hits the walk-off in the 10th. Pirates win 7-6. We all had a lot of hope. Pirates just came back in their toughest game of the series. Got the job done. Earned a crucial victory. San Francisco was in a tough place because you had Jared Jones Wednesday and you had Paul Skeens Thursday. However, the Pirates bullpen didn't back their pitchers up. Pittsburgh led on Wednesday 5-1 against the Giants. The Giants late in the game, once Jones was pulled, found a way back in this game to tie the game up at 5-5. And then in extras, the Giants scored 4 runs, taking a 9-5 lead and ending the game. 9-5 winners. This was pathetic, disgusting, and atrocious. Good teams don't allow things like this to happen. If we want to take those next steps, we cannot be blowing leads. In back-to-back, and then Thursday afternoon against the Giants, the Pirates found a way to do it again, losing 7-6 to the Giants after taking like a 6-2 lead, I want to say, or 6-3 or 5-1 or whatever, I don't know. I didn't watch that game. I really didn't watch any of the games except Tuesday night. And I was at the game yesterday. I didn't watch a lot of the games. I was busy with stuff. But the fact that we blew, but I followed along. We blew a big lead 2 nights in a row. Wasted 2 quality starts from Jones and Skeens. That's when we need to be our best, when those 2 are on the mound. Because until recently, this offense has been pretty stagnant. Granted, they have been so much better as of late. They have not had a bad day recently, really. Except for today, or yesterday. Or today, it's technically Monday morning, but I'll say yesterday because it's Sunday. I went to the game 2 days ago. Yesterday, when they scored 1 run. Every other game was good. You cannot waste Paul Skeens and Jared Jones' starts. You can't do that. And if you do that, that's when you'll start facing consequences. For real. But Pirates lost 2 out of 3 of the Giants. This should have been an easy sweep. It wasn't. So that's where, if we miss the playoffs, we're going to be regretting. It sucks. Should have swept the Giants. I feel like we're an even team with the Giants. But the Giants took the series because we couldn't do our job. They won the season series 4-2 this year, the Giants. However, I don't believe the Giants are that much better of a team than us. I really don't. We've got to be better. And that starts with Derek Stone. I don't think Derek Stone's the right man to take us to the playoffs and take us on a deep playoff run. Some of the decisions he makes with Skeens, Jones, Tellez have been killer to this team. I don't know what the deal is with them. But if our managers can't make good decisions, then why do we need him? You need to get somebody better, like a Joe Madden or a John Farrell. Or even like, who's the guy that managed the Don Mattingly? He'd be a good one. Joe Girardi, good one. There's plenty of good managers in this game. Get one of them. They've been for it. They're better than him. Or you get a bench coach from a club like Baltimore. Freddie Gonzalez, their bench coach. It'd be great for Pittsburgh. I don't think Sellen's the answer. Comment below, what do you think? Do you guys think Sellen's the answer? You can comment below. Charrington, I know he gets a lot of heat, but I don't know if I'm torn on whether or not what they should do with him. I like the talent he's drafted and brought in and how he's managed it. However, his free agent signings are atrocious. Tellez, others. Last year, if we would have signed, we would have done nothing in free agency and stayed pat. There was a site that said we would have been 8 games better than we were. That would have put us at 84 and 78, which would have made the playoffs. Now, imagine if we did nothing last year and we had O'Neal Cruz the whole year. We might have won this division. We would have been in the playoffs 100%. This team has playoff potential. It just needs better management. And ultimately, that starts up at the top with Mr. Nutting. However, his methods are not working, and he's not the right man to turn this ship around. We all know that. But what will he do next? He wanted the club to be competitive this year, and they're clearly not. What do you think he should do? First off, I think Sell needs to go. And if things don't work out with the new manager, then I think Charrington might be next. However, I'm on the fence with him, but as of now, let's still give him one more year till 2025. The worst part was we had the chance to hire Dave Dombrowski, who's the president, I think, of the Phillies baseball operations. I know he's with Philly, but I don't know his official title. And we didn't. Because he doesn't fit our style. But his style works. And our style doesn't. And that's on ownership. So yeah, that's what gets me. Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Pirates. Moving on now to Friday night. This one kind of pissed me off in a way too. Pirates beat the Atlanta Braves 11-5. The Braves are now in town for Memorial Day weekend. Pirates win the game 11-5. You might be asking, Mason, why are you pissed? Here's why I'm pissed. We led 11-0. We lost 11-5. The bullpen has been atrocious as of late. And that was supposed to be the strength of our team. That bullpen. Why? Why has the bullpen been atrocious? It's 1:48 in the morning, too, by the way. That's why I'm yawning. Why has the bullpen been atrocious? It's the strength of our team. We were supposed to be able to have the starters go 6 innings and be fine. Holderman in the 7th, Chapman in the 8th, Bednar in the 9th. And win games. So why can't we do that? That's pathetic that we cannot do that. We won this one, but it certainly wasn't because of our bullpen. It's because Andy Haynes finally allowed the bats to wake up. That's the one difference between him and the coach we compare him to a lot. The other Pittsburgh coach we compare him to a lot. And that's former Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Canada's offense was stagnant. Couldn't put up points. The guy never scored more than 30 points and never had more than 400 yards in a game. At least Andy Haynes' offense can do something, and it proved that against a quality pitcher on Friday night. So this offense does have potential. And we've seen it with the past couple games, 7, 5, 6. If you score 4 or 5 runs, that should definitely be enough to win you games. If it's not enough to win you games, then that's a little bit concerning in and of itself. When the strength of your team is supposed to be pitching. And it has been. Jared Jones has been phenomenal. Skeens has been phenomenal. Keller's had a great year. And even Billy Falter has had a great year. So pitching's not the downfall. It's the bullpen that's been costly, and that needs worked on. But Pirates got the win. Yesterday, after multiple rain delays, this was a game I went with my friend too. Pirates still got the job done, winning 4-1. This was an awesome win for sure. Very glad to see this win. Great game. So that was awesome. 4-1. Bednar got the save. Keller pitched a quality start. Got the win. Very good. They beat Ronaldo Lopez. So yeah, the only thing that wasn't good was all the rain delays. So interesting to say the least. Alrighty, here we go. Now on to Sunday, May the 26th. Pirates lost to the Atlanta Braves 8-1 to conclude the series and the homestand with Atlanta. This was kind of expected, you know. It's tough to sweep good teams. You learn that over the years. And Atlanta's a good team. They may not be in first place right now, but that's only because Philly is a monster of a team. That's why they're not in first place. But Atlanta's a quality team. We were lucky to take out a free from them. But it's not surprising that we did, considering this is what we do. It's just like the Steelers. It's any Pittsburgh sports team. You beat the good teams, but you can't beat the bad ones. How it should be done. And don't get me wrong, I know I go to Pitt, but when I say this, I don't mean to poke fun at Penn State at all. In fact, I think Penn State does it the way you should do it, Penn State's football team. They beat the teams that are lesser than them on their schedule, and they give it a competitive battle, but fall short against the teams that are better than them on their schedule. Pittsburgh, the Pirates do the exact opposite. They give the teams that are better than them a battle, and they win those games. But the teams that are lesser than them, they lose. But that's any team. Philly did that this weekend too. They lost 2-3 to Colorado. Dodgers got swept by the last place Reds. So it's okay. It's common. But teams like we play this week, we need to beat. And we'll get to that at the end. But anyway, on to today. I didn't really follow this game much. I kind of had a feeling we were going to lose. Unfortunately, that wasn't the worst thing that happened in this game. Braves superstar outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. tore his ACL in this game, and unfortunately, he'll miss the rest of the year. Spencer Strider, their star pitcher, is also out for the remainder of the year. I think he's getting Tommy John surgery. So it's unfortunate. I'm also kind of a Braves fan. They were my favorite team before the Pirates became my favorite team once again. But, yeah. They were my top 5 for sure. One of my more favorite teams that I would like to see make a deep run in October. But it's going to be tougher this year, especially since they're already 7 games back of Philadelphia. And they're down Strider. Now they're down Acuna. But the good thing is for Atlanta, they won today. Philly lost today, so that's a little bit of good news for them. They definitely needed some good news after Acuna got hurt. But it's going to be a long season for Atlanta. Now, granted, they'll still make the playoffs and all. They will definitely make the playoffs, but they may not win the division or be what they should be. It'll be interesting to see what Atlanta does, but I hope they stay strong somewhat. But yeah, they stayed strong today. They won this game 8-1. Not surprising, but Pirates, we got some work to do, but not as much as you would think. Pirates right now set at 25-29. Again, I did not watch a whole lot this week. I was just busy. I'll definitely see about watching more this upcoming week. It'll definitely be interesting, that's for sure. So, we'll see. Today is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Remember the reason we celebrate for... Sorry, I was just looking at my arm real quick for something. Today we remember all deceased veterans. They sacrificed their lives in war for us to enjoy this. So remember that this Memorial Day. Anyway, back to baseball. They do always say Memorial Day is the first time you could truly look at the standings. And that's what we're going to do. We are going to look at the standings, discuss where teams are, see if there's any more teams like I feel comfortable like with giving them a strong playoff chance, or saying no, they're not going to make the playoffs. By the way, too, it's not coming out yet, but once the second half of the season hits, so like after the All-Star break, we will be bringing back the playoff probabilities, when division probabilities, when the conference when the league probability, and then win the World Series. But because they call it AL and NL, American and National League, and then win the World Series probabilities, I can't wait to do that. That will begin in the first video after the All-Star break, which I think is like July 27th. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that closer to the time, but that will be back after the All-Star break. Just like how we did with football, we will be doing that with baseball, but yeah, it'll be back after the All-Star break for sure. AL, we're going to just get right into the predictions here, or the standings here, though. I'll real quickly run off the teams, AL and NL. AL East, New York Yankees, 37-18. Baltimore Orioles, 33-18, 2 games back. Boston Red Sox, 27-26, 9 games back. Tampa Bay Rays, 10.5 back at 26-28. Blue Jays are 23-29, 12.5 back. AL Central, Cleveland Guardians, 36-17. Kansas City, they've been hot as of late. I think they've won 9 straight. Impressive. Kansas City Royals, 34-20, 2.5 back. Minnesota Twins, 28-24, 7.5 back. Tigers of Detroit, 26-27, 10 back. And the White Sox, 15-39, 21.5 back. AL West, Mariners, 28-26, they lead that division. Rangers, 25-29, 3 games back. Astros, 24-29, 3.5 back. Athletics, 22-33, 6.5 back. Angels, 20-33, 7.5 back. NL East, Philadelphia Phillies lead that division, 38-16. Braves are in second. Atlanta, 30-20, 6 games back. Nationals, 24-28, 13.5 back. Mets, 22-30, 15 back. Marlins, 19-35, 19 back. Philadelphia with a nice, comfortable lead there. They are most likely going to win that division. NL Central time. Milwaukee Brewers lead the division right now, 30-22. Cubs are in second, 27-26, 3.5 back. Cardinals, 25-26, 4.5 back. Pirates, we are 25-29, 6 games back. Reds, 23-30, 7.5 back. NL West, Los Angeles Dodgers, they lead that division, 33-22. Padres, 28-28, 5.5 back. Giants, 27-27, 5.5 back. Diamondbacks, 25-28, 7 back. And Rockies, 18-34, 13.5 back. I feel comfortable pretty much saying at this point the Los Angeles Dodgers will win the division. They and the Phillies are the most likely teams right now to win their divisions. AL leaders, let's look at the wild card chase right now. Sally, the AL leaders, the Guardians have the best record in the American League, and they would be the 1 seed with a bye. The 2 seed with a bye would be the New York Yankees. The Twins would match up against the Seattle Mariners as the 6-3 matchup. Your 5-4 matchup would be Royals and Orioles. 1.5 games back at the Twins are the Red Sox. 2.5 back are the Tigers. 3 back are the Rays. 4 back are the Rangers. 4.5 back is Houston. 5 back is Toronto. 7.5 back is Oakland. 8.5 back are the Angels. 14 back are the White Sox. I think the A's, the Angels, and the White Sox are all highly unlikely to make the playoffs this year. Every other team right now, I think, is still kind of somewhat in the mix. NL leaders right now, obviously, number 1, the best team in the league, best team in baseball, best team in the NL, Philadelphia Phillies. Number 2, the Los Angeles Dodgers. 6-3 matchup would be Padres Brewers. 5-4 matchup would be Cubs and Braves. And even with them are the Giants. Half game back are the Cardinals. A game and a half back are the Diamondbacks. 2 games back are the Pirates. 2.5 back are the Nationals. 3.5 back are the Reds. 4 back are the Mets. 8 back are the Marlins. 8 back are the Rockies. I don't think the Rockies, Marlins, or Mets, and most of the Mets are going to probably make the playoffs. None of those teams are really eliminated yet because they're all like so close right now, but just the way things are trending, I don't think those teams are playoff bound. Any of those 6. But I do think the Dodgers and Phillies are pretty much near playoff bound at this point. So, yeah. All right, looking ahead, the week ahead, Pirates have Memorial Day off, which is nice. Then they resume play Tuesday night in Detroit, 6:40 p.m. at the Tigers. The 29th, then they play an afternoon game in Detroit, 1:10 p.m. against the Tigers. I think the way it's stacking up this week, Keller is Saturday, so that means most likely Falter will be Friday night. Skeens will be on Wednesday, and I think Jared Jones will be Tuesday night, then Skeens, then Keller, or then Falter on Friday, Keller Saturday, and then Perez Sunday, because Thursday is a day off. Friday night we're in Toronto for a 7:07 start. Saturday we are in Toronto for a 3:07 start, and then Sunday at 1:37 we are in Toronto on Lou Gehrig Day. So we have 5 games. Ideally we split with the Tigers. We take 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays and go 3-2 this road trip. Personally, I think we'll go 2-3, but who knows? So it'll be an interesting stretch for sure. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So just stay along, keep along for the ride. That's for sure. Hopefully we win 3 out of 2. If we win 3 out of 2, that puts us then at 28 and 31. That would not be bad at all. That'd be actually pretty darn good. So that's what we need. We have to take 3 out of 5 on this road trip. I don't care how it's done. Just take 3 out of 5. Detroit, we typically always split with. So our best bet is beating Toronto twice. Although you got Jones and Skeens on the mound in the Motor City. Hopefully, you get the chance to take some there. I know we're only 2 back, but time is running out. Once the season goes on, this team, it feels like it gets worse. Last year was just an exception to that. I want to be in the playoff chase, up until, this year I really want to make the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. But if you can at least be in the chase till, Labor Day weekend, that would be a huge positive for the team, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens for sure. And we got to start playing meaningful baseball here. We got to start being smarter with our offseason moves. However, that's something I'll address at the end of the year. Not so much now, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next Sunday, June the 7th, when we will recap series against the Tigers and the Blue Jays, and look ahead to the series against the Dodgers and the Twins and recap. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Keep along for the ride. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace. I will see you guys next week.